This is a space dedicated to understanding your deepest feelings, to embracing your sorrows and returning to the world a person who is whole and happy. Within each of us lies both masculine and feminine energy, making it entirely natural to have diverse gender identities, sexual orientations, and expressions. Just as in the natural world, this diversity should be normalized. Yet, where this natural diversity exists, people often hold prejudice and discrimination in their attitudes and behaviors. Homosexuality is not an illness. Those in the LGBTQ+ community are no different from heterosexual individuals. Everyone has a legitimate right to pursue happiness. The stirrings of your heart deserve to be acknowledged and recognized. Perhaps, for now, the letters you've written, filled with unspoken feelings, remain unsent, but a part of your story has already been expressed. The first letter comes from a listener nicknamed Crazy Man. I don't understand myself anymore. I'm part of the LGBTQIA+ community, and I have a boyfriend who's really sweet to me, but we're in a long-distance relationship. A few days ago, I met a guy who's really cute, incredibly adorable, but he already has a boyfriend. I even dared him to try being LGBTQIA+, and he agreed. We text a lot and we click. However, he said he only wants to keep things affectionate, not take it further into a romantic relationship. But I've already developed feelings for him, like a crazy desire to pursue him. I don't know how to stop having feelings for him, especially since I already have a boyfriend. Well, you recognize that you have a boyfriend and you're pursuing someone else, don't you? So aren't you already answering your own question? We often find ourselves in situations where we know something isn't right, yet we still do it. I understand your story, and I understand how you feel right now. Perhaps that person is very important, and when we're around important people, we often lose ourselves. The first thing you should do is acknowledge that the person you're pursuing has already rejected your advances. If you respect their decision, I think you'll find a bit more distance in how you communicate with them. Furthermore, if you still have feelings for your long-distance boyfriend, you could choose to confide in him more, give him more attention, to shift your focus away from this other friend. The next letter is from a listener nicknamed HN. Have you ever experienced loving and being loved but with no clear outcome? I've felt infatuated, I've loved, and I've been loved, yet I've never had a serious relationship. About a month ago, I started a friendship with an Australian exchange student. After almost a month of chatting on Facebook, he decided to come back to Vietnam and go to Dalat with me. His main purpose for coming back was to visit family and friends, and coincidentally, we also got to meet in Dalat. From what I can tell, he's a very nice person, but it seems like he's not just nice to me. We've only met for 2 days, and we've already had physical contact. Neither of us has ever explicitly defined our relationship. It's not friends with benefits, probably just a one-night thing. I don't want our relationship to stop here, but why can't I say it out loud? Please give me advice. Should I continue this ambiguous relationship, end it here, or clearly define what we are? Both of us are guys, he's bisexual and I'm also male. Well, it's hard to give a fully satisfying answer, but here are some possible directions you could explore. First, sit down and ask yourself if you genuinely want to move forward with this person. How can you tell? Try to feel if you connect this person with your future plans. If your answer is yes, then you truly want to continue with them. But if the answer is no, it's very likely you're just feeling lonely and wanting the comfort of having someone by your side to confide in, to exchange loving words with, or simply to listen to you. In other words, perhaps you're in love with the asterisk idea of having a partner, rather than being in love with them. Once you've recognized that, gather all your courage and clearly express your intentions to the person you care about. Tell them you want some kind of affirmation, for example. Your hesitation might stem from not having received a clear confirmation from your counterpart. So, speaking up could be an option for you first, to free yourself from that worry, and second, to understand how they truly feel about this relationship. The next letter comes from a listener nicknamed Bon. My story isn't all that remarkable. My girlfriend is an older woman. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm also a woman, 24 years old this year. I don't know if you discriminate against LGBT people, but I think you don't. You're part of a new generation. We've been together for 5 years now. All our close friends are very supportive, but our families are not. My mom found out about us, forced us to break up, and pressured us to pretend we had. Our love is beautiful, there are no issues between us. Our problems come from our relatives. Actually, both of us are working very hard to achieve financial stability. We've never thought of leaving each other just because others tell us to. Besides us, I believe there are so many other couples who need this kind of encouragement from the community. Thank you all so much for your previous podcast episodes. Thank you, Bon, for sending this letter to Why Is That? It empowers so many young people like you to find the courage and fight for their own happiness and the happiness of those they love. You two are both striving for financial stability, and that's absolutely the right thing to do, Bon. Honestly, for any of us, stable finances are essential to having a voice. It might sound harsh, but it's the truth we've all become too accustomed to hearing. Money isn't everything, but you can't do anything without it. Whether you have a lot or a little doesn't determine your attitude towards life, but it is often the first tangible measure people use to evaluate others. This isn't to say you should work yourself to death, but rather to understand the importance of balancing finances with other values, to set goals and priorities for your life. You have a wonderful partner by your side. You'll make it, as long as you do it together. The fourth letter comes from a listener, White Wine, bringing gentle musings, some regret, and a touch of reproach. I've wanted to say these words for a long time, but only now do I have the chance. I hope you'll hear them. Before, I was someone without a reason to live, just drifting aimlessly on the cold surface of life, day after day. Then, one day, I met you. You were so beautiful. I thought, how could someone be so beautiful? Then we had a chance to talk. Gradually, I let my guard down around you. I started telling you stories no one else knew. We clicked so well, and I loved that. You also began to open up and comfort me. Suddenly, I felt very strange. My heart would pound whenever I was near you. If I looked at you for a little longer, my cheeks would flush. Every time I heard you call, I'd run over with an excited and delighted face. I even wished I could hug you, just for a moment. The thought appeared in my head, I'm falling for you. My initial reaction was to deny it, but gradually I accepted it. I accepted that I truly liked you, accepted that I desperately wanted to be with you. But you're different from me. You're a woman, someone who isn't part of the LGBT community. When I heard that, my heart felt like it was pounding against a wall. But a stubborn person like me still openly pursued you. I confessed my feelings once, twice, 3 times, but it was always, I just want us to be friends. That day, you publicly rejected me. A person like me knew then that I really couldn't be anything in your life beyond just 2 words. Friends. White Wine, I believe that when we offer beautiful and sincere feelings, we will certainly receive something similar in return someday, or perhaps even warmer and more intense. I believe that being friends is also a good way to follow, support, and maintain a good relationship with someone. Some experiences you'll remember as beautiful memories, others you'll remember as life lessons. A stubborn person like you should be proud, because you've loved with all your heart and you've tried to pursue that person, haven't you? Always keep a passionate and intoxicating love, just like your nickname, White Wine. The last letter is from Bunny. I'm not so naive as to believe that just because I scroll through a few videos of families comfortably accepting LGBT members, the world is that easy for us. I have a really cute best friend. He likes a boy in our class but doesn't dare to say it. He's afraid of being shunned by everyone, including our classmates. He only confides in me, but his older sister accidentally read our messages. She condemned me, asking why I didn't stop him, fiercely demanding that I advise my friend to be normal. He also had to endure criticism from his family. His mother even forced him to go to the hospital and take all sorts of medicines. That period was truly traumatic for both him and me. We didn't dare to argue back a single word. It really made me think a lot. Is it normal to be treated like that? Bunny, and dear listeners, even though the LGBT community is gradually gaining acceptance, with society scrutinizing them less than before, I know there are still parents who haven't accepted their children being LGBT or who hold negative views towards members of this community. It's understandable that parents can't immediately accept it. Many factors influence this, such as generational gaps, knowledge about gender and sexual orientation, or simply the fact that in their time, people with different sexual orientations might not have even been able to accept themselves. LGBT is a concept that has existed for a long time, but in reality, it's still considered new to the older generation. When encountering a new concept, we all need time to analyze, to learn, to understand the issue thoroughly and deeply. That's why I believe what parents need now is simply time. Time to seek out information about their children, and by seek, I mean to find accurate, scientific information. And by understand, I mean to empathize with their children's feelings and thoughts. Dear parents, please open your hearts. Please accept that being LGBT is not a sin, a mistake, or a deviant tendency in your children. Please understand that gender identity or sexual orientation is not a measure of a person's worth. Please don't feel ashamed if your child is part of that community. To the older generation, please love, understand, accept, guide, and trust the younger generation so that they can create good values for the community, so they can live without regret or shame, simply for wanting to be themselves. We, the children of the younger generation, also need to be humble, hold onto our beliefs and the fire within us to connect with the older generation. Try to be more open, share more, and give your parents time to understand you better. It's possible that your parents might react immediately in ways you don't expect, so be calm and approach them gradually. There's a method I learned from a bisexual KOL I admire. She secretly logged into her mother's YouTube account, subscribed to vlogs from influential and inspiring LGBT community members, and took her mother out with her lovely gay friends. And gradually, her mother began to receive accurate and positive information about the community, which changed her perspective. Her mother also readily accepted her when she came out. Of course, when you're old enough and have enough reasons to defend your views to others, your words will definitely have value. You just need a little more time, so don't give up. Perhaps these letters have somewhat helped us understand the feelings of individuals within the LGBT community. Regardless of our gender identity or sexual orientation, we all wish to be treated kindly, to live peacefully, and to create and contribute happy selves to society. Love is too beautiful to be hidden, and personal colors are the same. If it's not blue, it's not necessarily pink either. Every color in society aims to one main purpose: to adorn the shared tapestry of humanity. Always be confident and say, "I am proud to be LGBT. I bring my own unique color to the world." A famous American writer once said, "As a civilization, why are we comfortable with two men holding guns, but uncomfortable with two men holding hands? Since when did we normalize war, but cast a discriminatory gaze upon two men together? Holding hands is simply how ordinary people express affection. Is it really that alarming and frightening to see two men holding hands? If the resounding answer from the listener is no, then surely accepting this community will be easier than ever. Their world is beautiful with shimmering rainbows. I believe in the magic of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet hues. Because if each of us is a color in life, how beautiful and vibrant life would be if we opened our arms to embrace those rainbow lights, shining brightly in the sky. Why is that? Hopes that all of you will always love yourselves and take charge of your lives. Always remember that it doesn't matter who you love or what gender they are, as long as you are a happy cell in this society, that is enough.